Hey there, it's Jared Hamilton with the Hamilton Group at Cherry Creek Mortgage. Welcome to another edition of Java with Jared. Happy Friday. Hope you guys are doing fantastic. Well, interest rates improved a little bit here this week compared to where they ended last week, recovering a bit from the knee-jerk reaction of last Wednesday's comments by Janet Yellen, and the markets were thinking that maybe an increase to the Fed funds and the discount rate would start happening maybe a little bit sooner than what they expected. Again, it's shown that that was a bit of a knee-jerk reaction, and we've recovered most of the ground that we lost last week. Today, interest rates are suffering a little bit, and I'll get to why that is in a little bit, but generally speaking, we are a lot better than where we were last week. So, a lot of news from the housing front. We saw the Case-Shiller index come in, and that showed an increase of 13.2% year-over-year numbers. So again, the year-over-year numbers have been showing a pretty big increase, but the month-over-month number was actually a little bit worse than expected. It showed a seasonally adjusted increase of 0.8%. However, the seasonally adjustment takes into account some of the weather conditions that we had going on. If they just look at the baseline number, that actually showed a decrease of 0.1%, and actually 12 of the 20 city index showed a decrease. Denver was one of them. It showed a decrease of about 0.3%. So it's pretty evident that we're seeing the pace of appreciation slow, which generally speaking is not necessarily a bad thing, because an overheated market can cause bubbles. So things, the pace of appreciation is slowing just a bit. We also saw new home sales come in, and that showed 440,000 units. That was a little bit worse than last month's number, which was 455. The expected number was 445, so a little bit weaker than expected, and weaker from the last month number. Pending home sales also came in, and that showed it was down 0.8%, and actually a little bit worse than the 0.2 expected. So again, pending home sales, which are houses under contract, are showing that is slowing as well. We did see consumer confidence come in a little bit higher than expected. Personal spending was also a little bit higher than expected, but it's showing that people are spending money on things like utilities and healthcare costs, which doesn't necessarily buoy the economy. But right now what's happening is the market's really focused on what's going on between Russia and Ukraine. It looks like there's some military troop buildup on both sides between the border of Russia and Ukraine. And so these military exercises maybe, or the possibility for a conflict, the market's really focusing on that. And if there is something that happens there, we'll see an initial flight to quality, but then all bets are off on what's going to happen after that. So the market's going to be focused really intently on what's going on with Ukraine and Russia, and we'll probably see, if things don't really temper down, a lot of focus and market movement next week based upon what's going on in Ukraine and Russia. So that's what's going on with the markets. Again, generally speaking, rates are a little bit better, so that's good. If you have any questions, please feel free to give me a call. Thanks for joining me with Java with Jared, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.